Hey Tim, just doing veda day 11. See, my hair is looking kind of weird. I'm gonna have to get it dyed again. Um, I got a little bit of productive today. I went into the room and I used my fabric and I made this lovely shirt, as you can see, and it's just a long shirt. Yes, I made it. It's got like a pattern on it. It's really sheer. Um, I also, and it does that in the back too, like the elastic and stuff. I also made this one out of the same. Sorry if you can hear my cats in the back there in the laundry room. Um, this one I made as well. Um, it goes into a V-neck. See if I can get my hands into. It's sleeveless as well. I love sleeveless, and plus summer's coming, so you know. Um, it goes into like a V-neck, and it has like a darting effect because it was like really big in the bust area. Um, and it just has like some ruching in the back, like some, and fits really well. I didn't use a pattern or anything. I just kind of like took, a couple yards of fabric and for each, and yeah, I'm trying to fix this here. Okay, yeah, see all my zebra stuff. I'm in my bedroom. That's where I do all my videoing and stuff. I'll have a different background probably this coming week and everything. I might have, I don't know, just this, and I'll be sitting at my desk. I'm bringing my desk in here. Um, oh, excuse me, it's like almost 12 o'clock my time, which Eastern Standard Time. So, see what else. Um, I organized a couple things in here and just I got a little productive a little bit. I took a shower, hadn't been feeling well, so I had to get up out of bed and put all my medicines on and everything. My legs been twitching, but it's coming down of the swelling and everything that it's been. I when I bumped it and everything the other day, it swelled up and I don't know what went wrong. But let's see if I can turn my thing. This is my little cabinet storage thing. I have my yeah, I'll give you kind of like a little room tour. Um, see up there is my PB2, my shaker thing, and all my mixes and stuff. If I have it out there, the kids will go buck wild on it, and which is a good thing, but bad thing when I'm trying to, do it myself. This is my like respiratory, like my albuterol inhaler. It's a rescue inhaler. Oh, not a rescue. It's a nebulizer. Sorry. Sleep apnea machine. My medicines are like lower, and then I just have like my charging station and my cameras, and that's it over there. And then I have this just set up like on a little stand that I got a while back. But I put my shirt that I made over here. Um, I have a trunk over here that is nothing but yarn. um, my cats are very, very noisy. Oh God, I'm so sorry. um, I've been drinking Crystal Light sweet tea. Made it by the pitcher. It's really, really sweet. It's okay, but yeah, I'd rather do the little packets. The big packet is just like overly sweet. Um, see what else should I do? just been enjoying the day. I slept most of the day. I just have been really, really, really not feeling well, I guess you can say. I hate to sit there and say Mother Nature. I don't even think it's Mother Nature anymore. I do a thing. It's hemorrhaging, basically. Um, I mean, 11 days of it. Sometimes I go 20 some days, 30 days, 60 I went. So I get really, really tired and really exhausted. And I can't do anything about it. I mean, I take my pills, I take my iron, I take my gabapentin. And yesterday I had an episode with my heart palpitations. And my heart palpitations, where is my heart monitor? I think my heart monitors, let's see, because I like to show you exactly where my heart rests. Normally, I showed it in my last video when I was having the heart palpitations. Um, this is my normal heart rate. 96 oxygen, which sometimes it's always usually up to, you know, they with me being tired. But I'm moving my hand, so it's going to fluctuate. So I'm usually about in the 70s, 80s. There it goes. My 96. So, let's see. There's the oxygen, and the bond on the bottom is my pulse. Okay, so I'm in the normal. I mean, if it gets below 90s, and the oxygen, that's usually when they don't want to. But 80s, 70s, 80s is what? God dang it. Um, is when they kind of freaking out. Um, but to sit there and have 160 beats a minute yesterday was way over my double my heart rate, which it took actually another dose of of Abidol, Abid, because I take my thyroid, albuterol, atenolol, um, 25 milligram atenolol. I took another one of those this morning just to get it down because I was still racing this morning at like 150 beats. It went down, but not enough, and I was just like, oh God, it's not gonna go down. And I was like telling my husband, please, this is what happens after a day two of heart palpitations. I get really like yawny, and because it just wore me out, and I really do like this shirt. It's really it's gonna be great for summer. I know that you can see like my bra straps like right here, but it's like a really sheer fabric and very stretchy. I mean, you can see through it, but it's very. I put elastic on the top. It's really simple to make. I just wanted something that wasn't falling off my shoulders and wasn't going to show my bra straps too, and something I can maybe just throw a light jacket over and call it a day. And I have that green tattoo fabric that's kind of like it too. So if you make me a couple shirts. I always never have enough shirts. I usually have enough pants, but not enough shirts. I'm just, my tummy. And plus, I can alter these down when I lose weight. So, and plus, I have because usually it took almost like 2.5 yards usually to make a shirt. And yeah, it only took. I cut because I bought 4 yards, and I cut. I still have tons in there too because I didn't use like all the width and stuff because I made sleeves and stuff. Well, the neck part of the one. God dang it. Oh, but it's just been a really fun day. I went out there, talked to my husband a little bit. He always talks to me and everything in here, and he said the sweetest thing today is that he said that because he just started, sorry, back at work again. He goes, when I go to work, I'm thinking about you. And I didn't let him see me cry, but it was, I'm like, oh, you're finally finding out that you love me. And he is, I've always loved you. But it was the sweetest thing that he said to me in a really long time besides I love you. Is that he sits there and says he's always thinking about me, wondering if I'm okay, because he's been there. And just to know that he truly loves me for who I am. It's it's emotional. I mean, to know that somebody is. I mean, he's been there when I am my. I mean, he's been around me since my baby was 3 months old. We don't have any kids together, but we have my kids, and he has his son. So we have 4 kids total. Um, but he raised our kids. You know what I'm saying? He didn't see any difference in skin color like some guys would, because my ex is black and my husband now is white. Um, and I don't look at color, you know what I'm saying, as long as you treat me right. And we've been married for going on 15 years. Well, no, going on 13 years. Been together since my daughter was 3 months, but it took him 2 years to marry me. So, um, and he's a very thin man. Um, he said he fell in love with my daughter when he first met me, but I think he fell in love with my kids. I know that he did. I mean, he's just that dad type because he was already a dad, and I mean, my kids were very young. My other kids were 3, and my youngest was 3 months. So they're only 18 months apart anyway, and it's just been a blessing. He was the first guy that didn't take advantage either. So, like, oh, I just want to, you know, and he wasn't like that, and he still isn't like that way today. And I just feel, you know, like, he sleeps in the front room just because of the simple fact that we have opposite schedules. Like, I don't go out in the front room that much, and here when I'm wanting to have the light on, or I get too cold or I get too hot, and it's we used to sleep in the same bed, but it just got a little I was that way even with my first husband, and so it was just like, you know what, you hug in the bed. But I do look forward. I mean, we have like 2 beds that are side by side, but I'm getting ready to rearrange this whole house, so it's just does am I a bad wife for kind of just letting him sleep on the couch? Um, but I mean, he is my best friend, and I worry about him when he is gone, making sure that because he's been through so much. Um, 2 years ago, well, about 2.5, 3 years ago, he was working through a temp service, and not even a week into it, um, they were grinding paint off of the whatever they were grinding off of. He never told me exactly what they were doing, but one of the spokes from the grinder went underneath his safety glasses because I guess the way he just had side shields on and they went underneath and stabbed him in the eye. He went to the emergency room. Well, they flushed his eyes out because they thought it was just like paint chips or something, but it wasn't. It was a piece of metal. So when they flushed it, they pushed that metal further or broke it. I know that there was two pieces of metal in his eye. They got one piece out at the emergency room. The other time was when his eye every morning would like swell up like in the first week or so. And I'm like, and they sat there and kept on telling him it'd be fine. And nope. About a month afterwards, when it still wouldn't, it was healing, but it wasn't healing. You know what I'm saying? They sit there and said it just scratch, and they use the drops, and it'll be fine. And I sit there and lifted up his eyelid, and I thought there was like, I'm like, oh, is that the scratch? It's not healing. But then I was like, no, it looks like a hair. Maybe that's just what's irritating your eye. And I went to get a piece, the tweezers to, get it out, and the tweezers tinked when I touched it. It goes tink. I literally took my husband down to the emergency room, and basically they sit there and even said, we can't touch it. They didn't give my husband a CAT scan when he left the emergency room that day. They We didn't even know it until later that we could have sued the hospital. But no, our attorney didn't say anything about doing anything like that. They just sued workers' comp and stuff like that. Well, they got workers' comp to pay, for his eyeballs ain't worth that much. But he was on unemployment for a while and everything because they wouldn't even want to do the surgery and stuff. It took weeks, and my husband's eye was he had a cataract from where it scratched and stuff. His pupil's not even in the right spot anymore. It instead of in the center, it's like up at the 10 o'clock position. He had eye surgery to remove the cataract, and then he had to have another surgery to remove another cataract. It is like the film that cataracts, have. And then he almost went blind before the surgery, though. But this other eye also compensated for it, so both eyes went. And excuse me, I'm getting a little cloggy. Um, but I almost basically lost my husband. My husband is partially deaf. I mean, he was born a preemie, and he is deaf on one side. I mean, completely. He only feels vibration. But just sit there and have him being half deaf, half blind. You know what I'm saying? And then with a speech impediment. You know what I'm saying? He says things like, like our last name is Birch. He says Birch. What? It's kind of cute. It's like you can't even say your own last name. But I mean, just sit there and go through that. He's been through the thick and thin with me. I mean, literally the thick and thin. I mean, I wasn't no small little person when he met me. I just had twins. My youngest, then 18 months later, I had my youngest. So I was just had a baby. And was recovering from surgery because I had him cesarean, and it's. I mean, he's seen me at my low, not my lowest. I mean, never. But I've always been plus size. I really don't know what it's like to be skinny or thin. I mean, the last time I think I was a size 12, I was in junior high. You know what I'm saying? And I would love to be a 16, something like that. I mean, I think that's skinny, because you got curves. I had curves. I rocked my curves. I was attractive. But I mean, it's just it's just weird. I mean, to know that you truly love someone and they love you back unconditionally. I mean, I know you have that with children and stuff like that, and my husband and everything, but today he's down in me, caught me off guard because I don't, I want to be a better me, and I don't want to change. I don't want to change my personality, and if it does, I want to change it for the better, not for the worse. You know, I will never, you know, I can't wait to go out and do things with him because we used to do things all the time. So, I mean, we walked all over the place, Kings Island. You know, I couldn't get on the rides because I tried, and that was years and years and years ago. I couldn't get on the ride. The only ride I could ride was like the Scooby Doo Adventure ride, which is like a kiddie ride with your kids. And my daughter loved that ride. She's like, "Mommy got to ride the ride. Mommy got to ride the ride." And now she's like, "Let's go ride the ride." So she's a teenager, and I've missed out a lot, and I'm just trying to get my life back. So hopefully this uploads. It's like 21 minutes long. I'm sorry to take up so much of your time. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. Subscribe or resubscribe. So I'll talk to you guys soon. And I do have links below on my channel where you can see other like channels and stuff that I've done and stuff. So if you want to kind of like get a little glimpse of what I used to do on YouTube, like makeup and um, just family stuff, nails. I mean, before my nails went bad. So I'll talk to you guys soon.